Great. हाँ जी, कैसा है नया look मेरा? How's this new look of mine? Just thought of doing some makeover. हाँ जी, मैं कहा हल्का सा let me surprise you with a new look. I'm thinking of hmm? Hmm. चलो अब मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कैसा है तो फिर आप लोग हाँ ही बोलोगे, अच्छा ही बोलोगे, right? It's in those movies you see the mercenaries, na? The guys who are on a mission. Uh, Happiest quarter, so looking all set for the same. Ah, this is a new quarter look. Still need to grow. Yeah, abhi to just a few days old Frenchie which has come in. I look like a 18-year-old. My God, you make me look younger. My gray beard says, no, you're much older. Different look. We like the previous one better. हाँ वो तो सब बोलेंगे कोई ना कोई तो पहला वाला बोलेगा कोई ये बोलेगा. But anyways, namaste everybody. Those who have just joined for the first time, welcome to Happy Minds, and those who are there on YouTube, welcome to Happy Minds. This is the Happy Minds family, and we meet week after week every Saturday morning. And today happens to be a day where I've got a new look. I got a French beard in the making, or I got a cap on, and it's because some treatment is going on of the hair. So though a lot of you have this question that why this look. So I'm taking a treatment for my hair. So it'll take a few weeks, maybe or so, and then I will be back to my own self. But till the time, a new look for all of you. Hmm. Chalo. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on that. ठीक है. Chalo, great. It's an English look. Absolutely, it's an English look. Chalo, great. So those of you joined me for the first time, what we do, we start with meditation, which we have done already. Then we have a round of success stories, which I'll be doing right now. And there's a beautiful subject which I want to touch upon today. A beautiful, lovely subject. Very simple, very uh, something which we have been doing in some way or the other. आज मैं उसको touch करूंगा, and I'm sure when you'll go back today or when you'll reflect back on today's Happy Minds after it's over. So this subject which I'm going to share with you will have a very profound impact on the way you will live the rest of your lives. And of course, it will have a very profound effect on the way you will conduct yourself as a head of a family, as a head of a business unit. जहां पर भी आप as a major role player होंगे, वहां पर इसका बहुत influence होगा आपकी लाइफ में. ये बात तो पक्की है. It's a beautiful subject. छोटा है लेकिन बहुत impactful है. मैं आऊंगा सब्जेक्ट पे, but उससे पहले we have a round of success story. And success stories are stories from people who have been with me for the last many years. They have been with me through my programs. They have been with me through Happy Minds, and they keep on sharing their small, big success stories, which they feel great about sharing with me. And I feel great about sharing with the world those success stories. और मकसद एक ही है कि the more we have success stories with us of people who have done a lot better, means they've lived their life today a lot better than what they lived yesterday. So उनकी आज की जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा हुआ है, कुछ बड़ा हुआ है, not compared to the world, but compared to their own past performance. So I keep on getting some stories every week, and उसमें से कुछ छांट के मैं stories आपके सामने रखता हूँ. Not that not all stories are good, but the limitation is to share just a couple of stories every week. So मेरा आपसे request रहेगा कि you also create a story for yourself. And if you want to share with me, I would be more than happy to share with the world your story. And that's what Happy Minds is for. It's for us. It's for our stories to be told to us so that we get inspired to create many more stories. That's how this entire thing works. So Happy Minds is also, I also call Happy Minds as a weekly shot. कि आप हर week आइए और एक shot लीजिए, and you conduct your life so that it helps you live your life in a much more powerful way. जो भी मुझे सुन रहे हैं, जब भी आप सुनेंगे, if you're going to listen to me later on in the day on the YouTube or other channels, and if you're listening to me live right now, मेरा आप सबसे यही कहना है कि ensure that after listening to Happy Minds, after getting this weekly shot, you have a responsibility to live a life which is at a higher level than yesterday. You have a responsibility to produce much more from your existence than what you produced yesterday. You have a responsibility to live a life in such a way where people around you who love you, whom you love, they get benefited by you the most. ये एक जिम्मेदारी आती है, and that's what I want to put it on you one more time as you're listening to me this happy minds. So आपके ऊपर एक बार और ये डाल रहा हूँ जिम्मेदारी कि मुझे सुनने के बाद, ये हैप्पी माइंड्स अटेंड करने के बाद, you have no other option but to live a life in a much more powerful way. So that's what happy minds is. कुछ मेरी सेल्फ प्रेज में कर लूं क्या? ये क्या गणेश ने क्या लिखा है इतना लंबा चौड़ा सा प्यार मोहब्बत वाला लव लेटर? You look always graceful, so not sure about hair, which might be part of your age. We love you because of your knowledge, wisdom, kind heart. Oh yes, thank you so much. So why the name Chrysalis? Ay shabash. So Jasleen Kaur, जो हमारे यहाँ से हजारों किलोमीटर दूर बैठी हैं. I don't know which part of the country you're from, Jasleen. You could just type in which part of the world you're from, which part of the country you're from. But I just know that you are from far away. Chandigarh. You're from Chandigarh. So she says, why the name Chrysalis? इसके पीछे एक कहानी है. Maybe somewhere when we have time in the future we'll speak about it. But just to give you, since आपने पूछा है, so let me just share this small this story in the smallest possible way. Way back in 97, 98, during my initial days of being in this business of training and development and human dynamics. So a lot of struggling. I was into many businesses, and then finally I came into a training business where I was not a trainer as such. And then a few years into training, I was sitting with my friend called Joseph, and we were kind of freezing on our advertising strategy. So way back in 97, 98 ki baat hai. And Joseph was running an advertising agency that time, and we became friends over a period of time. And ek hota hai, I don't know, I've been blessed with this, that whomsoever I have done business with, maybe they were vendors to me or maybe they were customers to me. God has been very kind that I've been able to build some great relationships. So I was his customer and he was my vendor. लेकिन वो रिश्ता इतना अच्छा बनते गया कि that we became friends. And one day we were just thinking about can I rechristen my organization? Can I rename my organization? And we were thinking of some name, and he says, Manish, you are into Chrysalis. I said, what is this? So I heard the name before, but then I had not gone in depth into the meaning of the name. And then he shared with me that actually that's what you're doing. And we went through the entire understanding of Chrysalis, that Chrysalis is nothing else but a process where a caterpillar goes through a very difficult journey. If you were to see a caterpillar, so caterpillar kaisa hota hai? Caterpillar is green, it's plumpy, it's healthy. The caterpillar has if you were to look, it looks cute, and it's there on a leaf, and it walks with all its legs, and kind of gives you that feeling of एक प्यार मोहब्बत वाली feeling आती है caterpillar. But then over a period of time, the caterpillar goes through a transformative journey where the first change which the caterpillar experiences is that the green color of its body, its skin, वो थोड़ा सा कहीं diminish होना चालू होता है. The green becomes a fade green, then it becomes a light yellow, and then it becomes yellow. तो पहला ये एक change होता है. So that cute, attractive caterpillar which was green in color is no more green now. Then the second change which the caterpillar goes through is where the skin is no more that soft and plumpy. The skin becomes a bit hard. It becomes like a shell. And then the third transformation happens where the skin starts cracking. और वो इतना cute सा एक caterpillar था, और वहां से वो जो है वो crack करता है, and then it starts, the leg starts breaking, and then the feet of the caterpillar starts falling apart, and then the skin cracks up, and it's a very difficult process to see and observe. But then after all this, from inside that body of the caterpillar emerges a very feeble, a very tiny little creature struggling to come out. And that's the birth of a butterfly. So the caterpillar has to let go of its own life. The caterpillar has to kill itself. The caterpillar has to somewhere give up to its cuteness, to its what it was, to give birth to this wonderful, colorful butterfly. So this entire journey of the caterpillar transforming into this beautiful, colorful butterfly This journey is called Chrysalis. So जब मैं ये program चालू कर रहा था way back in 97, 98, and that's the time when Joseph said to me, "Hey Manish, this is what you're doing. People come to you with their own backgrounds, and after they are in touch with you, and then they go through the interventions by you, they walk out as colorful, wonderful butterflies, isn't it?" I said, "Hi, so that's what people tell me." And he says, "That's it." So from that day onwards, Justine, that's what has been the name of the organization. And जो हमारे पास आते हैं, जितने भी participants आते हैं, we call them lovingly, we call them Chrysalians. So they're the ones who have gone through, and they are going through. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार आए और एक बार butterfly बन के निकल गए. They keep on coming back as caterpillars, and again they go back as butterflies. Week after week they come back as caterpillars. So जो caterpillar butterfly बन के गई एक एरिया में, तो किसी और एरिया में वो caterpillar बन सकती है या होती है. फिर वो आती है, फिर वो butterfly बनती है, फिर किसी और एरिया में caterpillar होती है, फिर butterfly बनती है. तो ऐसा मैं पिछले 26-27 साल से कर रहा हूँ. And I'm happy and I'm blessed that thousands and thousands of caterpillars have gone out as they have walked out as beautiful, wonderful butterflies. So that's what it is. Okay. So that's how it is. So आया पकड़ में जी. So that's what I do every Saturday morning. So I look out for my caterpillars. I look out where they are, and there they walk in hordes, and they all come. And it's so wonderful to see all of them coming week after week after week. And it's so wonderful to see and listen to the stories where they have evolved, transformed into these wonderful butterflies, and they're all over the world, spreading their fragrance, spreading their colors, spreading the beauty. And I think that's what each one of us should do. चलिए, अभी मुझे बहकाओ मत, Jasleen. Let's go on to the success story round of today, and then I have a beautiful subject to share. And I also want you, आप लोग भी अगर कुछ share करना चाहते होंगे तो आप मेरे से, you can take your hand up, and जो आपका you can take your hand up, and I'll have your mic on. तो फिर आप लोग भी share कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? So that's how it is. So if you want to share something, and I feel that you should share. लोगों ने share करना चाहिए. You should share your areas of achievement. ये कहाँ पर आप अच्छे बने, your areas of progress. कहाँ पर आपने progress पाई, कहाँ पर आपने कुछ gain किया, कुछ पाया, कुछ recognition मिली. I think और या कुछ आपने खोया भी in terms of your weight. If you lost some weight, if you lost some ego. So कुछ खोना भी अच्छा होता है और कुछ पाना भी अच्छा होता है. So either ways you have lost something which is good to lose, and either ways you have found something or you have gained something which is good to gain. Please do raise your hand. We'll have a round of sharing. और इस चक्कर में थोड़ी public speaking हो जाएगी. Though you're not there on the screen, but even speaking will give you some kind of an experience of public speaking. चलिए, आज की शुरू करते हैं. Yeah. So we have a couple of success stories today. The first is from Chrysalians Piyush and Nitesh Dhumawat, and he messaged me a few days back that, sir, we got an award from Times Power Brands for Maharashtra's best interior design composite showroom, and he sent a picture where he got awarded by one of the Cine Stars, and they have a beautiful, wonderful showroom called Kalyani Designers, Interiors and Designers. And one of the biggest showrooms in Maharashtra with around 20,000 square feet of space and 5 floors and things like that. So, but I've seen them for the last almost around 8 years now. They have been with me. I've seen them evolve from in an unorganized sector. From there, they have evolved into making them very organized. And I've seen them build that showroom the last many years, and the initial struggles and the challenges which they went through. And of course, the kind of business model they have now invented, created. I've seen the journey, and I'm happy that मेरा भी छोटा role था उसके अंदर, where they could, though they say sir आप ही का सारा role है, but I feel that करना तो उन्होंने था. But yes, I can take to my credit that I did play the strategizing role in they shaping up the way they are. So all the best to you, Mitesh and Piyush, and wish you all the very best. And one more thing which is great about Mitesh and Piyush, especially Mitesh. Mitesh was a bulky guy when I met him in I think 2016 or so. And ऑफ लेट आई थिंक 3 साल पहले उसने ये ले लिया, मन पे बात ले ली कि अभी बहुत टोका-टोकी हो गई ऑन माय हेल्थ, and he has become a half version of what he was. Very slim and almost around, I think, 25 odd kgs weight he has lost, and he's become very muscular, very fit and very fine. So I think business भी अच्छा हो रहा है और health side में भी लोग काम कर रहे हैं. This is so very commendable, and that's what I say. These are my butterflies. So I थे as caterpillars, and now they are flying as butterflies and getting recognized by the world. So thank you for sharing that. Another and you can take a hand up if you want to share, yeah, or you can put your question answer in the Q&A. Then I will see if I can have that. We have Pankaj. You want to share something? I'll have your mic unmuted. You want to share your success story? You want to share something which is going to inspire us in terms of your life? You can unmute yourself, Pankaj. Or you keep your hand down if you have, by mistake, if you have taken your hand up. Please ensure that when you take a hand up, this means you're there to share. Charlie, another success story is from another Chrysalian called Ayaz. And he says, sir, I started on a project called Global Encounters. Ayaz, he's an awesome entrepreneur, again with me for the last, I think, 8-9 years, and he's a serial entrepreneur. He's into a couple of businesses. The latest one is pet food, doing awesome work. They have made one of the best pet supply organizations in the country, doing almost around 100 crores plus turnover. In the last 5-6 years, they moved from 0 to 100 crores. That's the kind of progress. And he's also into cable manufacturing and things like that. So he says, sir, I have, this is another success story of his, which is phenomenal. He says, sir, I started on a project called Global Encounters, and I've been chosen to run this project as one of the leads across the world. So currently I'm in Dubai. It's a global festival for a community spread across 70 countries. It's like the sports Olympics, along with performing arts and international film festival and things like that. And he says the festival is in July 2024 in Portugal, and there'll be 50,000 people who will attend, and there'll be 14 million people who cannot attend. So my job is to reach out the program to them so that they feel a part of the build-up leading to the event and create an experience for them in all 70 countries. It's a huge responsibility. He says, sir, aapne kabil banaya, sab uska outcome hai. Love you, sir. So this is a great, awesome opportunity for him. So I messaged him back that this is one of the most awesome opportunities. Working at an international level, working in almost 70 plus countries, the kind of exposure you will get, phenomenal exposure होगा कि आप 70 countries से coordinate कर रहे हो and वहाँ के लोगों से coordinate कर रहे हो. You're kind of designing, thinking of what programs should I come out with, what initiatives should I come out with to reach out to those 14 million people in those countries who cannot be there physically. So I think it's going to be an awesome experience. So great news, Ayaz, and all the best. And the last success story is of another Chrysalian called Sachin Malpani. He was awarded with the Pune's most prestigious awards for retail sector. And there was an event where he was called and things like that. So all the best, Sachin, and keep on coming out with your products on the bakery side. He's got a wonderful bakery, Bake Light. A lot of you in Pune or around Maharashtra must have had products made by his company. And Malpani ke cream roll, I don't know if you have had that or not. It's an awesome brand in terms of the khari and the cream roll side. So he's also doing great in his business. So all the best to you, Sachin, and keep on getting more recognitions. Chalo, great. Best abhi bas cream naam liya aur chalu ho gaye tum log. Best cream roll ever. Big fan of cream rolls. चलो great. हाँ जी, चलिए ये आज की सक्सेस स्टोरी है. मेरा ये देखो, I share the success stories because they've done great work, right? Number one. Number two, ये सक्सेस स्टोरीज ऐसी ही नहीं है जो टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में आएंगी या इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में आएंगी या फिर कोई बहुत बड़ा उनके बारे में बात करेगा. but they are success stories which inspire. And वो inspire क्यों करती है? Because I've seen them. I've seen them to what they were, and now I see them to where they are. And I've seen the hard work, I've seen the efforts, I've seen the kind of involvement they've had in making them what they are today. And it is so inspiring for me to see that this is what uh, the utilization of potential does. कि potential तो बहुत है हमारे पास, लेकिन उसका utilization ही हमें हमसे कुछ achieve करने को लगाता है. A sleeping potential, a dormant potential की जो ठंडा है, बंद है, बक्से में बंद है, वो potential, वो क्षमता किसी काम की नहीं है. And I always have been saying this, which Zig Ziglar said it so beautifully so many years back, that the greatest tragedy of our lives is not the ultimate death. The greatest tragedy of our life is what dies within us when we are alive. And that tragedy goes on further when we take that potential of ours to our grave. That's the greatest tragedy. तो हमारा जब potential अपने अंदर है वो मर जाता है ना, that's the greatest tragedy. हमारे अंदर का liveliness जब अंदर मर जाता है, that's the greatest tragedy. हमारे अंदर के सपने, हमारे अंदर की आकांक्षाएं, हमारे अंदर के ambitions, हमारे अंदर की चाहत जब मर जाती हैं, that's the greatest tragedy. So tragedy is not the person dying or passing away. The tragedy is the passing away of all that which we had inside. And one of the things which we have inside, each one of us, you, me, everybody, what we have inside is huge amounts of potential. क्योंकि जो किसी इंसान ने किया है, वो किसी और इंसान के लिए भी संभव है. जो किसी इंसान ने अचीव किया, वो किसी और के लिए भी संभव है. And that's how it is. So all these stories are stories of people who have worked hard on maximizing their potential, either on the business side, either on the social side, either on the health side, either on the personal life side. So they have pushed themselves. So मेरा आपसे यही निवेदन है, request है, when you listen to me, you get these weekly shots. That these weekly shots should inspire you कि इस हफ्ते तो कुछ अच्छा करें, इस हफ्ते तो कुछ अच्छा जिएं. तो हर हफ्ते की ऑडिटिंग करो, week after week, just like a business has an audit concept where you do auditing once a month, you do auditing once a quarter or a year. That auditing helps you understand where you are. It helps you understand what needs to be done more. So in the same way, week after week, if we can do auditing, कि यार पिछले हफ्ते हमने क्या किया? And this week is gone, then the week is gone. You cannot get that week back. But God has been kind that वो हमें फिर एक हफ्ता और देता है, कहता चलो ये हफ्ता निकल गया, कोई बात नहीं, इस हफ्ते तो कुछ करो. So I'm on this mission that week after week, can I give you that weekly shot? That somewhere you're able to utilize your potential, you're able to push yourself in certain ways to make a better life for yourself. So all said and done, it's the way we live our lives that will make a difference, right? It's not the way the world is. It's the way we will live our lives that will make a difference. चलिए. And इसी सफर में I feel that अगर हम लोग मिलके कुछ कामयाबी की स्टोरीज बना पाए, that will be nothing better than this. क्या लिखा है आपने? Was so active earlier, but now sometimes health doesn't allow. ठीक. It's okay, जितना हेल्थ अलाउ करके उतना करो, और जितना हेल्थ का ध्यान रख सकते हो उतना ध्यान रखो. Love you too, Anand. God bless you. ठीक है, and stay inspired. चलिए, आज का सब्जेक्ट, do you know the subject of last week? Last week हमने क्या बात करी थी? कि भूल गए कि लास्ट वीक क्या बात हुई थी. अगर मैंने टेस्ट ले लिया तुम लोगों का कि पिछले 4 HMs का बताओ कंटेंट क्या है, सब फेल हो जाने वाले. अरे वाह, याद है कुछ लोगों को. I spoke on relationships and I said, what is that thing which was going to strengthen a relationship? What is that one thing which is going to make a relationship very strong? Yes, chalo, wow, so nice, so nice. So many of you remember what we spoke last HM. So I had spoken on this concept called कि relationship में बहुत सारे कारण हैं जिससे relationship strong बनता है, लेकिन उसमें एक बड़ा powerful ingredient है जो बहुत बार हम उसको भूल जाते हैं. And that ingredient is the ability to express hurt in a relationship. क्योंकि हम अक्सर बात सुनते हैं, बात करते हैं, या फिर हमने लोगों से सुना है that when you love somebody, express your love. वो पिक्चर थी ना लम्हे, तो लम्हे में वो बोलते हैं what's his name? Anil Kapoor is there, and then Sri Devi is there, and apna Anupam Kher is there. So Anupam Kher is telling Sri Devi that if you don't express your love, how will he ever know that you love him? So expression of love in a relationship is a must. So that's what it is. Sometimes we take people for granted and we don't say to them how much we love them, how much they mean to us, and things like that. लेकिन ये तो जरूरी है, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ एक और चीज भी बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है रिश्तों में, रिश्तों की स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाने के लिए, और वो है कैन वी एक्सप्रेस अ हर्ट इन अ रिलेशनशिप. कि जब हमें हर्ट हो रहा है, जब हमें बुरा लग रहा है, क्या हम उसको एक्सप्रेस कर पा रहे हैं? बिकॉज व्हेन यू एक्सप्रेस दैट हर्ट इन अ रिलेशनशिप, इट डज मेनी थिंग्स. And one of the best things it does is it puts the other person on check. क्योंकि शायद वो अनजान है वो काम करने में, वो काम कर रहा है, और वो अनजान है उस काम को लेके जिस काम से आपको हर्ट हो रहा है. Your expression puts him on check and tells him, अतः बस अभी नहीं, तू ये गलत कर रहा है. आप एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते हो, और अक्सर लोग अपनी ईगो में एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते, या लोग अपने पैसिव नेचर की वजह से एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते. अरे नहीं यार, उसको समझ में आ जाएगा, अरे नहीं यार मैं बोलूंगा तो झगड़ा हो जाएगा, अरे नहीं यार वो उसको बुरा लगेगा. और उस चक्कर में क्या होता है, आप एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते हो, यू डोंट पुट द पर्सन ऑन चेक, द पर्सन कीप्स ऑन बिहेविंग द सेम वे, कीप्स ऑन हर्टिंग यू अननोइंगली. हाँ, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि वो जानबूझ के हर्ट कर रहा है, अननोइंगली कीप्स ऑन हर्टिंग यू, हर्टिंग यू, हर्टिंग यू, और फिर आप हर्ट होते रहते हो एंड द रिलेशनशिप गोज फॉर अ टॉस. तो रिलेशनशिप की ताकत अगर एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ लव से बढ़ती है, रिलेशनशिप की ताकत एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ हर्ट से भी बढ़ती है. और हर्ट तो होगा ही, किसी भी रिश्ते में आप रहोगे तो आपको बुरा तो लगना ही है. कोई रिश्ता ऐसा नहीं है जहां पर आपको कोई कभी किसी चीज का बुरा ना लगे, लेकिन उस बुरा लगने को हम कैसे हैंडल करते हैं डिफाइंस द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप. द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप इज नॉट from only the goody things. The strength of a relationship is also from how much hurt or how much of the negativity it can handle. That is what is called the strength of the relationship. तो स्ट्रेंथ हम बोलते हैं ना, किसी के स्ट्रेंथ कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा, एक ब्रिज की स्ट्रेंथ कैसे मालूम पड़ेगी, उसमें कितना हेवी ट्रैफिक जाता है, उस ट्रैफिक से मालूम पड़ता है कि वो ब्रिज कितना स्ट्रांग है, कितना वीक है. उसमें हमेशा लाइट वेट ही जाएगा, तो कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा वो ब्रिज कितना स्ट्रांग है? जब उसमें ट्रक जाएंगे, उसमें टैंकर जाएंगे, उसमें बड़े बड़े रोड रोलर जाएंगे, तो समझ में आएगा कि दिस ब्रिज वाज एक्चुअली वेरी स्ट्रांग. इन द सेम वे, जब एक रिश्ते में सिर्फ कुछ कोई चल रहा है, प्यार मोहब्बत चल रहा है, आई लव यू, जानू, स्वीटू चल रहा है, तो कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा ये रिलेशनशिप कितना कितना स्ट्रांग है? वो तो जब मुश्किलात से वो रिश्ता गुजरता है, जब एक दूसरे की कुछ बातें अच्छी नहीं लगती, उसके बाद भी वो रिश्ता बढ़िया चल रहा है, या कुछ बातों में एक दूसरे का बुरा लगता है, उसके बाद भी रिलेशनशिप अच्छा चल रहा है. दैट्स द टेस्ट ऑफ रिलेशनशिप, राइट? तो हमने ये बातें लास्ट वीक करी थी. एंड टुडे just let me take you not ahead of the subject, but it's a beautiful subject which as a family मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों ने ये करना चाहिए. तो क्या है आज का सब्जेक्ट? कुछ महीनों पहले मुझे ये सब्जेक्ट के बारे में सोचा कि बोलूं, because of an experience which I had some months back. Some months back I was with my batch of entrepreneurs for a program in one of the places where I've been taking my programs for the last 10 years. So एक बहुत बढ़िया सा आश्रम है near Pune. Chinmay Vibhuti Ashram is there. And last many years we have been going there for our programs, चाहे वो life-based programs हो. And this year we thought of doing a business program there. And I was there with the batch of entrepreneurs. So I know that place. I've been there many times. So one change which I noticed, there were many changes which happened because after COVID, this was the first time I went there. So one significant change was जब हम लोग अपने meals लेने गए in the Annashri, the dining hall where we went. So as we were to take our food, there were volunteers behind the counter serving us food. Now, nobody noticed it. because they were there for the first time. So maybe they thought it's the way it is. But since I had been there many times, I noticed that change. Because earlier times, in all my batches, we would have this concept of Sewa. And Sewa ka matlab hai, what I would do is I would give them an experience. I would give them a chance to do Sewa. And our participants would, जो हमारे बैच के participants होते थे, they would kind of fight, or they would kind of have a tussle among themselves कि आज कौन सेवा करेगा. So we would have 4 or 5 of the batch participants. Every meal time, they would be behind the counter and they would serve meal. And they would वो meal serve करते थे, meals देते थे. And so all the 3 meals, we would have three groups of people there, and all the days we were there. So हर इंसान को सेवा करने का मौका मिल ही जाता था. तो उससे पहले जब 2013 में हम जब वहां गए थे पहली बार, तो उनकी टीम जो थी, वहां की जो अन्नश्री की जो टीम है, उनका स्टाफ है, वो लगाता था स्टाफ खाना, एंड देन दे वुड बी देयर टू सर्व. एंड देन maybe I think a batch later I said, सर्व हम करेंगे, आप सिर्फ खाना लगा दो. So they were kind of taken aback कि अरे ये तो काम हमारा है. I said नहीं, ये let us serve the food. तो हमने food serve किया, and that's the way it has been for us in Chrysalis. So whenever we go there, we have participants who serve food. But this was the first time I saw volunteers coming, means not staff members of the ashram, but people who were staying in the ashram for some program or the other. They came and they started serving food. And I said, wow. तो जो उनका staff का member है, I asked him, I said, this is wonderful, ये आपने अच्छा किया. कह रहा सर आपसे समझा, आपसे सीखा है ये. तो मैंने कहा, wow, that's so nice that something which we could leave behind and they have picked up. And it made me feel that let me share this. I was thinking about this incident yesterday, and I said, let me share this thing with all of you. That what is this entire concept of Sewa? And जैसे मैं last time बोला था कि English जो है language है, it is incapable to express the depth of certain words, of certain Hindi words in English. उसकी नाकाबिलियत है to express कि वो शब्द के पीछे क्या है. जैसे धर्म है, तो इंग्लिश में उसको रिलीजन बोल देते हैं, जबकि वो नहीं है. सो वो धर्म को वो लोग एक्सप्लेन ही नहीं कर पाते, कर ही नहीं सकते. So the best explanation they have is religion. Whereas in our culture, dharma means so much different, so much more. In the same way, seva jo hai, seva ka English explanation or English word is serve. But serve is so incomplete per se. Seva is so on its own. You can go in depth so much in this word. But the moment you bring a word called serve, तो बहुत सी चीज बाहर रह जाती है, right? So just say, for example, a child is saying, or maybe somebody at home is saying, I'm going to serve, or a person says, I'm going to go for seva. फर्क देखो दोनों में कितना है. I'm going to serve and I'm going for seva. जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. तो मैं कहीं पर वर्ड सर्व यूज करूंगा, बट बिकॉज वो लैंग्वेज के फ्लो में सर्व आता है, बट मेरा कहने का तात्पर्य सेवा होगा. तो सेवा क्या है? Now, if you go to, it's a very strong part of our culture. It's a very strong part of our entire existence in this part of the world. कि हमारे कल्चर में सेवा has been and एक अटूट हिस्सा रहा है. It has always been a very strong part of our culture. And if you really want to experience what seva is, I always say, and I am suggesting you to right now also, go to a gurudwara. Or go to a mandir where there is, or any place where there is a langar which is happening. एक सेवा का एक मौका मिलता है. If you were to go to a gurudwara, you will see that there are people who are serving food, people who are washing dishes, there are people who are cleaning plates, there are people who are cleaning the floors, they're mopping, there are people who are there collecting shoes. And you should go to, if you go to any gurudwara, you will see that. मैं जब गया था, मैं जाते रहता हूँ बीच में. I was in Delhi, and me and Rachna, we were there in Delhi some years back, and I wrote a note on that. कि मैं एक मीटिंग के लिए दिल्ली गया था. I had a meeting with गडकरी जी, और तो मैं चलो गुरुद्वारे भी जाके आते हैं. तो हम जब गए, तो I was wearing my leather shoes. तो मैंने अपने shoes दिए, deposit किए before I went to the gurudwara. When I came back, my shoes were shining like never before. इतना बढ़िया पॉलिश करके उन्होंने शूज ऑफिस किए। मैंने तो शूज रखे थे, वो होते ना जहां आप शूज रखते हो, जूते रखते हो, तो वहां शूज को वो साफ करते हैं, पॉलिश करते हैं, चमका के आपको वापस दे देते हैं। So I think that's and there are people from they are factory owners, they are entrepreneurs, they are professionals, there are people from all walks of life who are there और वो सेवा करने आते हैं. It's a way by which they say to this is our offering to God, right? And this is so much a part of the culture. So if you really want to understand what seva is, once in a lifetime, you should go and do seva. So, and I've been organizing such seva camps or seva opportunities in different ways, whether it be shram ke roop mein. So seva is not about writing a check and absolving yourself of your responsibility towards society. It's being personally involved. So ये सेवा क्या है, हल्का सा इसके बीच में लेट्स गो अ बिट इन डेप्थ एंड अंडरस्टैंड दिस। और होता क्या है सेवा से? नॉट अ ह्यूज, नॉट अ बिग सब्जेक्ट, बट अ वेरी प्रोफाउंड सब्जेक्ट। एंड अगर आप ये अपने अंदर इनकलकेट कर पाए और अपने अपने बच्चों के अंदर अगर आप ये इनकलकेट कर पाए कि सेवा का भाव अगर आ गया, देन यू विल सी दैट वॉट एवर यू डू, उसमें अगर सेवा का भाव आ गया, दैट थिंग विल एक्चुअली डू वंडर्स फॉर यू, वॉट एवर यूर डूइंग। Just bring a flavor of seva in that. So the moment you bring the flavor of seva in it, it is no more work. It is no more dry. It is no more blunt. It is no more edgy. You will see that so many things will happen. It will blossom. तो काम तो वही कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसका भाव जो है करने का वो सेवा का है। तो आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो, तो आप बिजनेस जो भी प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हो, जो भी प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे हो, तो वो तो बेच ही रहे हो, लेकिन अगर उसके पीछे सेवा का भाव आ गया, you will see that the things that will make a different will have a different meaning for you. And I come from a hospitality background where I've been in restaurants and hotels, and I've seen the impact of it. That there are waiters who serve because they are doing a job, and the waiters who serve with seva, not because they want the bill to be increased, not because they want the customer to pay more tips, just because they have this seva bhav. ये खाना खाने आए ना, ये खाना खा के इनको क्या करें जिससे इनका खाना खाने का एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा हो। They do seva. तो जब आप सेवा से अप्रोच करते हो, सेवा के भाव से कोई भी काम को अप्रोच करते हो, उस काम में चार चांद लग जाते हैं, उस काम में पर लग जाते हैं, उस काम की काबिलियत 10 गुना बढ़ जाती है। दैट्स व्हाट आई हैव सीन एंड एक्सपीरियंस्ड। तो सेवा क्या है? सेवा इज नथिंग एल्स बट you surrendering yourself as a medium, and you're saying at that moment, now I'm there, through me whatever is flowing with purity. तो अगर मैं वो जूते साफ कर रहा हूं, तो इस समय मैंने अपने आप को जूते साफ करने में समर्पित किया है। सो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, इट विल गो विद एब्सोल्यूट फ्लॉलेसनेस। मतलब इसमें कोई फ्लॉ नहीं, इसमें कोई विघ्न नहीं है, ये एकदम फ्री फ्लोइंग है। तो मैं नहीं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं एमडी हूँ कंपनी का, मैं नहीं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं पढ़ा लिखा हूँ, मैं नहीं सोच रहा हूँ कि ये काम मेरे लायक है कि नहीं है, बस मैं जूते साफ कर, बस मैं जूते साफ कर। एंड दैट बिकम्स सेवा। And you're doing it because somewhere by doing this, somebody else benefits. So there's no inner resistance and there is absolute outer flowering that somebody else should benefit. और इसका अगर आप देखोगे ना कि इसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होता है, कि जिसकी भी जिस to whom so you serve, you get attached to that person. You get attached to that thing. Whom you serve, what you serve, आप उससे जुड़ जाते हो। And that is why हमारे कल्चर में कहा गया है कि चाहे वो भगवान हो, सेवा करो, चाहे वो गुरु हो, सेवा करो, माँ बाप हो, सेवा करो, समाज है, सेवा करो। तो क्या होता है, सेवा में एक देने वाला है और एक लेने वाला है। तो नॉर्मली क्या होता है, जो लेने वाला होता है, ऐसा बोला जाता है और ऐसा लॉजिक बोलता है कि जो ले रहा है वो ज्यादा अटैच हो जाएगा ना टू द गिवर। द रिसीवर शुड बी अटैच टू द गिवर बिकॉज रिसीवर इज फुल ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड कि अरे आपने किया, कि आपने, अरे ये आपने मुझे खाना दिया। So the receiver should be attached to the giver, but it has been observed the giver is more attached to the receiver. जो सेवा करता है वो अटैच हो जाता है जिसकी वो सेवा करता है उससे। जो सेवा रिसीव कर रहा है वो तो रिसीव कर ही रहा है। एंड दैट इज व्हाई इफ यू टू सी, जब बोला गया है कि भगवान की सेवा करो, मतलब यू गो टू टेम्पल्स एंड यू क्लीन द टेम्पल, यू सर्व इन सम वे और द अदर, यू टेक केयर ऑफ द फुटवेयर, you take care of some aspect of the temple or the gurudwara or the whatever your religious places. इसका मतलब क्या है, जब वहां सेवा करते हो तो you get attached more to God, and when the moment you get attached more, you start receiving the vibrations of God. You start receiving the power of God more, because you're attached. How do you become attached? Because you have given what you had with purity, and that's seva. So you have to create context. So why visit temples? Why go to places? Because it's a way by which you serve your God. And when you serve your God, the giver becomes more attached to the receiver. The God is receiving, but the giver becomes attached. So when you go to your garden, और आप गार्डन में सेवा करते हो पौधों की, तो आप खुरपी लगा रहे हो, थोड़ा सा घास निकाल रहे हो, थोड़ा खाद डाल रहे हो, पानी डाल रहे हो. So what is happening is you become attached. You are the giver, but you become attached to that flower. And that flower means a lot of things to you. You will be the one who will actually experience the joy of the blossoming of the flower, because you are the giver. आपने सेवा करी है. तो कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्रिएट करो अपनी लाइफ में जहां पर आप सेवा करने के आपको मौके मिले. कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्रिएट करो अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. सो when the organizations are there, and I always speak to entrepreneurs कि आप सेलिब्रेट करो एनुअल डे, आप सेलिब्रेट करो अपने आपके जो भी आपका फाउंडिंग डे है, बट इंश्योर योर टीम इज इन्वॉल्व. यू कैन कॉल एन आउटसाइड इवेंट कंपनी. आजकल क्या होता है, कोई बर्थडे हो, कोई फंक्शन हो, वी कॉल एन इवेंट गाय एंड दे ऑर्गेनाइज इट. आई एम नॉट सेइंग डोंट डू इट, बट कुछ काम जो है ना टीम को देना चाहिए. आपका एनुअल डे है, टीम को कुछ काम दो. रिबन्स लगाने को बोलो, साफ सफाई करने को बोलो, कुछ पोस्टर्स बनाने को बोलो. Because when the team is actually doing certain things, they are doing seva to the organization. When they do seva in the company by putting in ribbons, by decorating the office, they become attached to the company. And when they become attached to the company, something happens. तो ये एनुअल डे सेलिब्रेट करना, टीम को काम पे लगाना, इज नॉट कि आप टीम को काम पे लगा रहे हो. इट्स ऑल अबाउट, इट्स अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट व्हिच यू हैव क्रिएटेड. In the context, they are serving the company. In the same way, घर में दीपावली आती है, फेस्टिवल्स आते हैं, तो साफ सफाई करनी है ना घर की. इट्स अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट व्हिच पेरेंट्स आर क्रिएटिंग, कि बच्चे अपना रूम साफ करते हैं. दशहरा आ रहा है, अपने हम गाड़ियां साफ करते हैं, अपने इंस्ट्रूमेंट साफ करते हैं, मशीनों की पूजा करते हैं. इट्स अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट. एक संदर्भ है, हमें मिल गया कि अरे सेवा करने का मौका मिल गया, तो हमने घर साफ किया. द मोर यू क्लीन योर हाउस विद योर हैंड्स, the more you'll be attached to your house. The giver gets attached to the receiver. So you are the giver to your house. You get attached to your house. Nowadays, boys are more attached to your house. They are doing more seva to your house than what you're doing, right? So context create karo. So your parents are there, right? So मैं बच्चों को मोर देन मी रचना, शी टेल्स किड्स, अरे पापा के पैर दबाओ. तो मुझे लगता है नहीं, क्यों दबाने को बोलते. बट देन आई रियलाइज इट्स अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट व्हिच इज क्रिएटिंग, कि मेरे पैर दबाने का मतलब क्या है, दे विल गेट यूज्ड टू डूइंग सेवा. They will get used to doing seva. The moment they press my feet, they press mommy's feet, they will get more connected to their parents. It's not that we need that pressing. It is a context. एक संदर्भ क्रिएट कर रहे हैं जिसके थ्रू वो सेवा का एक उनको मौका मिला. Your parents are there, they will have so many medicines to eat, and some of you don't even know what medicines they eat. What if you can go in and give the medicine to them, and अपने हाथ से आपने उनको medicine दे दी. It's a form of seva. The medicine will have now much more medicinal properties in them, because you've done seva there. It's a context through which you attach with them. You connect with them. Am I able to make sense to you? So what is missing in this world is not work. People are doing a lot of work. What is missing in the world is work with seva. काम तो करना ही है, पैसा तो कमाना ही है, बिजनेस तो करना ही है, नौकरी तो करनी ही है, बट इज इट जस्ट वर्क और इज इट विद सेवा? एंड I've never hidden my love and my liking for this man, and I've never stopped myself from sharing with the world that I'm a big fan. And this man there in the center is telling us, is showing through his life what his seva for the nation is all about. It is no more work for him; it's seva, and that's why I'm a big fan of him. और इलॉन मस्क भी बोलता है, I'm a big fan of मोदी, तब इलॉन मस्क बोल रहा है, तो फिर तो हम तो बहुत पहले फैन है, इलॉन मस्क तो अभी आया है, हम तो काफी पुराने फैन है इनके. So it's all about understanding this, that whatever work you're doing, whatever job you're doing, can you bring in a flavor of seva? Suddenly your hands will have a different touch, a different feel. मेरे साथ हो कि नहीं कि कहीं कहीं घूमने निकल गए हो? हाँ जी. Stay alive, stay there. मैं तो पहुंच गया मंदिर में सेवा करने. जिंदा है सर. अरे चलो. इलॉन बोला बिजनेस के लिए, अरे बाबा कुछ चीजों की बातों की खाल निकालनी जरूरी है गणेश. So I feel we are all as entrepreneurs जो मुझे सुन रहे हैं, all entrepreneurs here. आपका बिजनेस एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट, एक मुद्दा है through which you can serve the world in such a wonderful way, isn't it? कहाँ मौका मिलता है लोगों को एक बड़े लेवल पे सर्व करने का? तो आपका बिजनेस एक बहुत बड़ा जरिया है. It's a context through which you can serve the world in a way which you would have never even imagined. So whatever you're offering, whatever product, no matter how technical it is, how crude it is, or how sophisticated it is, I don't know. But the feeling of seva, the bhav of seva can be there behind that. And that's the way I've been doing my work for the last so many years. And it's becoming deeper and deeper and deeper with every week. What is Happy Minds all about? If I don't have the bhav seva, trust me, I will not be able to do Happy Minds. So I kind of implore on you, I kind of request you, urge you, order you, that whatever you do, bring that flavor of seva. So when you're at home, if you can bring that flavor of seva. You're working in a company, you are offering your services, you're offering your skill sets, you're offering your knowledge, you're offering your time. Now, हल्का सा उसके ऊपर सेवा का भाव लगा दो. It's just like, वड़ा पाव. तो जो वड़ा होता है ना, वड़ा के अंदर आलू होता है, and then there is on top, there is this बेसन का पूरा लेप होता है. So that basin is seva. So what you're offering as a skill set, what you're offering as a product is the aloo inside, but what is there outside is seva. And that seva makes it so very yummy. That's what makes it the vada, which you love eating. Am I right or not? So if you can just bring in that seva, and whatever you do, and you will see that um, suddenly your behavior will change. Your the way you will conduct yourself in that situation will change because it's seva from your side. So find reasons, find context. So birthdays हैं, anniversaries हैं, ये सब context होने चाहिए, ये सब मुद्दे होने चाहिए. इन context के through, इन मुद्दों के through आपने सेवा करनी चाहिए. So find ways by which you can serve in whatever ways. Serving your parents is so very different than serving from the business side. So आपने अलग अलग तरीके निकालने ढूंढने, बट द कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज सेम कि जब सर्व करते हैं, जब सेवा करते हैं, जो देने वाला होता है, द रिसीवर is there and the giver is there. The giver always gets more connected to the receiver. then what the receiver would get connected to the giver. The logic says the receiver should, आप किसी को जब खाना खिलाते हो तो जो खाना जिसको दे रहे हो, right, वो कनेक्ट करता है, यार इसको इतने प्यार से खिला रहे हैं. But the fact and the reality is जो खिला रहा होता है, he gets more connected, she gets more connected to the person whom he is or she is feeding. और इसका एक बार तो अनुभव करो. And the best experience you can have had is go to a langar and then serve, go there and then serve, and you will experience what serving is all about. Soji, kaisa aaj ka, did it make sense to you? And this is such an important part of our program called My Life, which we take. If all the participants who are there, I don't know how many of you are there listening to me right now who have been with me for My Life, all of you would agree that the entire program, the entire, it is all about Sewa, that we keep on doing. It's everybody's doing Sewa for somebody or the other in some way, because so many contexts are there. So many contexts are there through which we are able to serve the world around us. So I feel that find ways, and just wanted to add on to it. If you are there, if you want to be there with me, and लगता है कि तुम्हें मेरे साथ कुछ समय बिताना चाहिए, then one program you should do is My Life. Come with me for My Life for a few days, and you'll understand much more. अगर आज ये hit किया है, so this will hit you 10 times more when you're there with me in person, with so many contexts we have created. So I've got so many contexts which I create in the program. For example, one of the contexts which I was sharing with you is when we went to the ashram. So the context is to serve food. The food is, ये तो एक मुद्दा हो गया, but what we are doing is Sewa. We are experiencing Sewa in some way. And the way you do anything is the way you do everything. अगर एक बार समझ में आ गया, that can be used in so many other avenues of your life. So don't miss My Life for some petty reasons, I would say. अगर कोई तुच्छ कारण है जिसकी वजह से तुम My Life में नहीं आ पा रहे हो, तो अलग, I don't think that you should miss out for that. कुछ बड़ा ही होना चाहिए which should stop you from missing out on My Life. Anyways, I'm missing Sewa events of Chrysalis. Rishi, ये अभी जो है ना सब offline, but ठीक है, we are meeting next week. We're meeting next week. Let's connect offline. Next week, a roller coaster program is there, and so many of you have joined in for roller coaster. And happy that you're there. जो जिनको मालूम नहीं है, we are having an offline Happy Minds next week, and it's called the roller coaster. So roller coaster Happy Minds is there. I don't know, my team will have maybe उसका एक छह बना हुआ बेटा. So if you want to be there for, there's no charge for it. The only charge is that you have to register. You got to be there because seats are limited. We don't want to have people waiting outside and no place to sit inside. And it's a physical Happy Minds. So those of you, next week, मेरा online Happy Minds नहीं होगा because I'll be doing it physically. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a roller coaster ride next week with me. Physically, hangama hoga, masti hogi, dhamal hoga, and a lot of energy. And I'm sure a lot of wonderful sharings will also be there. So be there for roller coaster, and of course you can also be there for My Life. Ji, sir, our job in Sewa Bhav will work together. Please give more clarity. Our job in Sewa Bhav will work together. Whatever job you're doing, Sagar, suppose you're working as a salesperson, suppose you're working as an accounts person, I don't know which position you're holding in your organization. The whole idea is you're offering your skill sets, you're offering your services there in the organization. Now, when we say Sewa Bhav is a background from which you're approaching. So what it means, you are just the medium, and us medium ke through wo kaam ho raha hai. So there is, when you say that I am the medium you're just like a pipeline. Us pipeline ke through pani beh raha hai. So what the pipeline should do, the pipeline should realize that I am the medium through which the water is flowing. I should not cause any internal obstruction to the flow of the water. The flow of water should go as smooth as it can. So if I'm offering my service as sales to the organization, can I offer sales in such a way where with purity I approach the organization, with purity I accept the product which is there in the organization, right? And I say to myself that this is a wonderful product. If it is a wonderful product, and it should be a wonderful product, and I will ensure this product reaches out to many people because it makes sense. It's a great product and many people should benefit. This organization where I'm working should benefit. The people around me should benefit. And the people who will buy this product should benefit. And the moment you have this approach, you're getting into that Sewa mode. So you will see that you will not be tired so easily. Your communication will have roundness. It will not be edgy. It will not be hurting. It will not be hurtful. You will not get hurt by other people around because you are there to give. You're there to give your skill sets. You're there to give your time. You're there to give your energies with absolute purity. And that is what is called Sewa. Right? So at home, parents are there. सेवा करो, टाइम निकालो 10-15 मिनट शाम को उनके साथ. अरे ऐसी बातें गपशप मारो, पैर ले लो, उनके पैर दबाते रहो, सेवा करते हो. It's a context through which you serve, through which you do seva for them. And बात करते रहो, झगड़ना भी है, झगड़ो भी तो पैर दबा के झगड़ते रहो. Right? That's how it can be. So make a great use of this concept and see if you can do seva somewhere. And one of the best ways of seva is to do things for people who cannot repay you anything in return, जो आपको कुछ वापस ना दे पाए. तो उनके साथ अगर आप कुछ करते हो, because normally क्या होता है, when we do things for people who can give us something in return, there is some essence of transaction which is there, but even that has to be done because transactions have to be done. So उसके पीछे सेवा का भाव आ गया. But if you can do real seva in terms of where we are doing things for the society, for the world, without any expectation of any return, that's when we get the maximum. So if you really want to feel connected to your God, whomsoever you pray and you have your God as, find ways to do seva for that God. So it's just not praying. It is actually going and doing something. And when you go and do something, you connect. So when you have a guru in your mind, it is just not for you listen to the guru and you have reverence for the guru. The reverence for the guru will increase if you do something for the guru. तो तभी तो वो बोलते हैं कि गुरु की सेवा, तभी बोलते हैं भगवान की सेवा, माँ बाप की सेवा. So the reverence is in your mind, but the reverence will go 10 times higher if you're able to do something, if you're able to physically get involved and get connected. In this connectedness of yours, you will kind of surrender yourself. In the surrendering, you will experience something which you were not experiencing because you had not surrendered. The vibrations were there even before, but since the seva bhava was not there, the vibrations were not felt. For the vibrations to be felt, the purity has to be there. For purity to be there, the seva bhava has to be there. So what is Rishi saying? My life ko miss karna means really zindagi jeene ko miss karna hai. I request, I beg, he says, please manage whatever you want to do and attend since once in life at least. क्या है आके ही पता चलेगा. अरे वाह, so nice of you, Rishi, to have put in that word. And बहुत बार ऐसा होता है ना कि we don't know what it is till we experience it. And once we experience it, we say, this is what we have been missing. So difficult because it's so difficult to explain. So difficult to explain something which is yet not experienced because it's an experience. An experience cannot be explained. An experience has to be experienced. A product can be explained. A product can be defined. But an experience has to be experienced. And with MG, it's only experience. It's only experience. ये तो online एक मुद्दा है. It's a context through which I'm sharing things with you. But जीना तो फिर experience के साथ ही है. So come with me if you have the inclination to be there with me. We'll experience some beautiful moments together, which will be moments for life to be cherished. That's for sure. चलिए जी, आज के लिए इतना ही. And let me hear some stories from you next week on some seva bhav of yours and do some seva and get back to me on that and let's have an experience of your stories. ठीक है जी? And some of you, I'll see you next week in roller coaster. I'll see you in roller coaster, and let's do some roller coaster ride next week. So God bless you, and make a great week, and use this weekly shot to make your life a lot better than what it was. Okay? God bless you all.